Hi, let's discuss another example of STT. It is example 9. I already discussed 8 example of STT. It is about array declaration in C multidimensional array. For example, int 2 3, 2 rows, 3 columns. It can be written as array 2 array 3 integer. As integer is the data type, you can write here, and it can be read as array of 2 array of 3 integer. You can create a syntax tree for this array of 2 array of 3 integer like this. So this is a syntax tree for int 2 3. It can be read as array of 2 array of 3 integer. Let's discuss the STT for array declaration. Some production with semantic rules are given. T derive BC. TT equal to CT, CB equal to BT. So here this B and T are attributes. Then B derive integer means BT equal to integer. B derive float, BT equal to float. Then C derive square bracket, norm, square bracket and C1. This is a array declaration. C dot T equal to array norm value C1T and C1B equal to CB. Then C derive epsilon, C dot T equal to C dot B. Here T generate basic type or array type. You can see from T you can derive BC, from B you can derive integer or float, and from C you can derive epsilon. From C, when you are deriving epsilon, it will create basic data type, either integer or float, not array. When from C we'll use this production, start bracket, norm, end bracket C1, it will create the array declaration. B generate basic type, integer and float. C generate array component consists of sequence of integers surrounded by bracket. From C you can derive start bracket, then some number, let 2, then end bracket, then C1. Then from this C also you can derive start bracket, then some number, then end bracket, then C1. Then from C again you can generate start bracket, some number, end bracket, or you can generate epsilon. So from C we can derive multi-dimensional array. So from C you can generate sequence of integers surrounded by bracket, so that is for array. And B and T have synthesized attribute, that is T. So this T is for synthesized attribute. I'm just writing here T is for synthesized, and this B is for inherited. B and T variable have synthesized attribute, while C have both synthesized and inherited attribute. Here you can see C dot B, that is a inherited attribute. Here C dot T, that is a synthesized attribute. So C have two attribute, one is inherited, that is B, and one is synthesized, that is T. Now identify the STT, whether it is S attributed or L attributed. It have synthesized attribute T. You can see BT equal to integer, BT equal to float, then CT equal to C1T and something. And here there is B. C dot B equal to B dot T, means this C is inherited from B. This C is inherited from its left sibling. There is synthesized attribute plus there is inherited attribute, that is inheriting from its left sibling or its parent. Here you can see C1B equal to CB. This is C1. This is inheriting from its parent. Here this is inheriting from its left sibling. So this is a L attributed STT. I already discussed how to identify S attributed STT and L attributed STT. Just go through that lecture. So the inherited attribute B pass the basic type down the tree, while the synthesized attribute T accumulate the result. Let me first derive int 2 3 from this grammar. So from T we will derive B C. Then from B I will derive int, as data type is int. Then from C we will derive start bracket 2 end bracket, then C. Then from C again we will derive start bracket 3 end bracket and C. Now you got int start bracket 2 end bracket, then start bracket 3 end bracket. We got this. So next from this C will derive epsilon. So now derivation tree is done. Next we need to execute the semantic rule on this derivation tree. So how will execute this? This is a L attributed STT, so we'll execute in pre-order, or you can say depth for search. So we'll start from root. So this TT is depend on CT. This T value is depend on its child C. So before T we should evaluate C. Then this C is inherited from B. It is its left sibling. So before C we should evaluate B. So we'll start evaluating from integer. Now from integer we'll reduce to B, and for the semantic rule BT equal to integer. So B synthesized attribute will be integer. Now B is done, so C can be inherited from B. CB equal to BT. So CB will be integer. This B is for inherited attribute. Now from C we are deriving start bracket 2 end bracket C. Now just see this semantic rule. Here C1B equal to CB. What is C1? C1 is the children, and children inherited from its parent. So C1B will be integer. C1.b equal to integer. So this C1 data type inherited from its parent. That's why this C1.b is integer. This is synthesize. We'll execute synthesize part later. Now I am executing just the inherited part. So inherited, that will go top to down, as it can inherit from parent or left sibling, and synthesize, that will go bottom to top, as parent can synthesize from the children. Next, this C1 can inherit from its parent C. So C dot B will be integer. Now from C we are deriving epsilon. So CT equal to CB. Whatever data type of C inherited attribute, that will be of C synthesized attribute. So here C dot T will be integer. Now we evaluate all the inherited attribute. Next we'll evaluate all the synthesized attribute, and synthesized attribute will evaluate from bottom to top, or you can say post order traversal. Inherited attribute will evaluate from top to down or from left to right according to dependency. Now from this C will reduce to its parent. So what is the semantic rule here? C dot T equal to RA, norm value, then C1T. So it will be RA, then what is norm value? Norm value is 3, and C1T. C1T is integer. So it will be RA of 3 integer, 3 comma integer. Norm value is 3 and C1T is integer. Next we will traverse its parent, and here C1T will be RA, and what is norm value? Norm value will be 2, then C1T, means it will synthesize from its child. So whatever C1T is RA, then 3 integer. So here C dot T will be RA. For this RA, then norm value is 2, then C1T value. C1T value is RA 3 integer. So here we'll write RA 3 integer. Next we'll traverse its parent. From C we'll traverse T. And what is semantic rule here? TT equal to CT. So it will just synthesize from its child C. So here TT will be RA of 2 RA of 3 integer. So how we are evaluating the L attributed STT? L attributed, it is combination of inherited attribute and synthesized attribute. First we are evaluating inherited attribute, then we are evaluating the synthesized attribute. So these are inherited attribute. You can see this flow is for inherited attribute and this flow is for synthesized attribute. So synthesized attribute we are evaluating in bottom up approach from down to top, while inherited attribute we are evaluating from top to down. I discussed 9 examples of STT, where I discussed both S attributed STT and L attributed STT. If this lecture is helpful for you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.